We're back, and this is going to be one of my favorite new shows, or my new videos. My favorite new shows. Oh, my God. Favorite new videos because we're going to talk about more terrible tools. And, last week we talked about the Duratech half moon wrenches, and we're gonna talk about them again today. I'm actually going to break one of these out to it so I can compare it. It is interesting. So my buddy bought this set, and he left it with me. And he was actually so disappointed after watching my video that he was like, man, that sucks. I thought they were okay. But today, we have the S wrenches. Let's just go ahead. He brought these to me. Go ahead, let's just open these up like this. Another good-looking display of wrenches. Let's just put it to you that way. But looks can always be deceiving. We're going to talk about these Duratechs quite a little bit. So I was actually surprised versus you guys know last week when I showed you where this broaching was into was very thin and it doesn't look near as good. And I'm going to hold these up side by side. It is interesting to see the difference in a wrench that's coming from the same factory and how the broaching looks a lot better, a lot more center. I don't know if they ground these down too far or just the ingots, the billets when they made them came thin, because if you look at this end, look at this end on this half moon and look at how thin it is, and then look at this end of this one and just look at how thick it is. And of course I expected to see the same type of quality on this. However, that wasn't the case. This one was not as bad, and if you look at the ends here, look where the broachings, they're actually more centered, not too far off. There is a little canter in it. I don't know if you can see it or not, but let me see if I can kind of make it. She goes, I don't know if they meant to put a 15 degree, or it was probably about a 5 degree offset on it. I'm guessing the cooling process or the heat treating process after they did this, because she's got a banana bend in her. But all in all, honestly, on this one, this set, it's not as bad. And we'll look at every one of these real quick. We've got two tools to look at, and every week we're going to try to find something that we can kind of talk about. Now, the other thing is I want to talk about Duratech brand is that, believe it or not, these are actually the same wrenches as a lot of different wrenches. And when I talk about rebranding on my channel, any of these S or half moon wrenches that you're going to find around the $25 to $75 range are probably coming out of the same factory. So keep that in mind. If you really, really want to get these wrenches, your best bet's going to be getting the Duratech ones because they're the cheapest. They're $25 a set, I believe. Something like that. $25, $30 a set. But these are the exact same wrenches as Harbor Freight, okay? And I looked it up and I was absolutely blown away because Harbor Freight's selling these for $50. Now, believe it or not, I'm guessing because Amazon's probably buying them direct, and this is Amazon's house brand, Duratech, that they're probably getting a better deal maybe than Harbor Freight. And not only that, we all know that Amazon's got a pile of money. That Jeff Bezos guy has got more money than Gandhi, which I don't know if Gandhi's rich or whatnot, but he's pretty rich. So, honestly, I don't really advocate buying a whole lot of stuff from him, but Amazon is... that's why I call it Scamazon, because what they do is basically they're undercutting all these businesses in America now to sell stuff. And granted, when we talk about rebranded stuff, yes, it's good for the consumer in all, but it's also creating a monopoly. If you run all these companies out of business, we run all the tool companies out of business that are rebranding and sell stuff. Now, you're not going to run Snap-on out. You're not going to run Mac out. You're not going to run Cornwell out because they're making their own products here in the States. Matco, it's definitely going to be hard on Matco because they're going to be competing with the same stuff. Only, I believe that this stuff's coming from China, where Matco is getting some of their stuff from Taiwan, along with Mac. Snap-on obviously does too. This isn't a debate about that stuff, guys. So keep in mind, I have an open mind about that stuff. Quality versus saving money. We have to be very diligent about what we're thinking about when we talk about this stuff, okay? So I know that if you guys are trying to save money, I'm here for you too, okay? I'm not telling you to always buy Snap-on if you want to buy Snap-on. Buy what you want to buy. But if you're looking to buy these wrenches, be mindful that you're wanting to go to Harbor Freight. Keep in mind, you're going to be able to buy them from Amazon, the same wrench. So there's kind of a catch-22. It's a real fickle deal buying these, but let's get back to looking at some of these wrenches. The grinds on these are not so bad. Once again, these buckles are getting thicker, though. That is a problem. So this is a 17, 16. I could see where some of the areas where you're getting into these, they would be a little bit thick. They definitely, look at this one. This one is a 15 millimeter, and holy smokes. Look at the width on that. Let me get my micrometer real quick. I'm just curious to see if I can do this without throwing a bunch of crap on the ground, which, yep, I did that. Or my digital caliper, sorry, not my micrometer. It's one of those days. Film this on a Sunday, so we're getting better weather here, I'll tell you that much. It's supposed to be 40 degrees on Monday or something, Tuesday. I forget which day. Let's look at the thickness of this on here. That is about 5 millimeters. 5 millimeters on that thickness on that wrench. And then we'll show you. So obviously we have a little bit thinner. Even this one here. This is you get that right in the slot there. This one's 4 millimeters, and that's a 22 millimeter. So, we're talking about a 15 millimeter, with 5 millimeters of thickness on it. So, yeah, they're a little bit chunky there. And we'll look down here. These ones, same story. A little bit thick. They might come in, they might work, they might not, I don't know yet. These ones weren't as bad. I'm guessing because they were shorter, they didn't warp as much throughout the cooling process. And let's look at this little guy right here. Man, that sucker is giant. That's a 10 millimeter. Guys, that's a 10 millimeter, and that's probably, I'm guessing, 3 millimeters thickness. But the broaching on this one is definitely, look in there. You see the broaching on it? How it's really it looks like you're going to round off a nut more than you're going to do any good. But that's 3 millimeters thick on that guy right there. 3 millimeters, which is the same as the, just almost the same as a 22 millimeter. So, yeah, there's a 10 and 11. So that's the set of them right there. 19. But these aren't as bad as the half moons. I will say that. They're not good. A few of them will be okay. And once again, comes in the foam tray here. Polishing looks pretty decent on it. Grinding looks pretty decent. I didn't see too crazy on any of the grinds here. The broaching wasn't too bad on the bigger ones. There is a little bit of difference, though. I mean, like, look at the broaching on that one. It looks like it's a little bit more. That one looks... Look how the teeth are a little bit... They look quite a little bit flatter on the broaching on this one. I don't know, man. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna probably try to get some Nipros S wrenches. I haven't looked into them. I haven't used a bunch of S wrenches, but I'd like to have a set to complete out my set of wrenches. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be probably buying any of the Duratech ones. So that's a given. So that's what I got for you today. Next week, we're going to have something else. Show you something I really don't like, but the Duratech S-style box wrench set. I'll put a link in the description for it. Same as Harbor Freight. And I'll try to pull up a few other brands maybe and post them down there, whatnot. But these wrenches, buy at your own risk. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. Ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean.